That's not supposed to do that. Hey folks, I just wanted to let you know that I am headed down to Wicked Big Meat in Stafford, Connecticut at about 4 a.m. It's about 10 p.m. right now, so I got to shower, edit, throw my videos up. The last 10 days of Wicked Big Meat video, which is the Subaru 22B, will be online pretty soon. And other than that, this video is just all the stuff I did today. There was quite a bit to do, like getting my car ready to go down to Connecticut. I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, well, once again, was editing when I should be working on cars, but, you know, promise daily vids. Anyway, I gotta work on this old thing. It's like a 98 Legacy Outback, and it's making a weird noise. It's my uncle's rig. I think it may be the Driveshaft, so I gotta get under it and check it out. And then I'm gonna help my stepdad change his plugs on this Legacy. I think this is an 02. And then I have to just check the oil on mine, see if I can press that insert into the alternator, and check the coolant, air up all the tires, and then I should be pretty much ready to go down to Wicked Big Meat, starting at like 5 in the morning or something like that, going with a subscriber, Neil Sayers. So that's going to be fun. I'll catch you all soon and let you know if I find anything interesting on that rig. Despite having a failing head gasket and tons of miles, this thing starts up every time and drives alright. Time for some Subaru off-road flex capabilities here, since one of my wheel ramps is under the GSX. Chia boy, look at that flex. Alright, gonna get my new wheel chocks from Walmart, put them in front, and I'm gonna air up all the tires before I bother getting under there. It might give me the extra inch of room to work. This garage is just constantly filled with spiders. I just closed up that box because they kept making webs in there. And then right here, I don't know how well I'll be able to get this to focus, but there he is. Just made a web on my toolbox, and that happened like earlier today. So I'll leave him alone for now. Back to work. Well, that was a quick diagnosis. Yeah, this Driveshaft U-joint is about 300% dead. It was actually just about to fall out. So that's not supposed to do that. Not a lot of up and down movement, so the side joint is okay. But this one is, I mean, here I can probably give you a better view than even I can get. Let me see. At any rate, yeah, so you can see, I mean, you can see from down here. Oh, look at that. I can almost slip it right out. If I turn this. Wow. How did that not come out yet? Holy crap. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, he had to be driving with this thing making noise for a little while. My uncle's not exactly the most attentive when it comes to cars, but I think the only reason it hasn't come out is because of this thing slipping backwards, but I think it actually might have damaged this yoke. It looks like it chipped it. Let me see what the other side looks like. Yeah, it chipped that yoke. It was trying to come right out. So technically, this needs a replacement drive shaft. Could probably get away with replacing the U-joint. They're not supposed to be replaceable, but they are. Mr. Subaru has a video on how to do it. It looks good back here. I mean, this joint looks fine, as far as I can tell. Not a lot of play. The carrier bearing looks fine. Oh, let's see how the rear, here's the rear joint. Let's see how that is. Pretty much no play. So yeah, it's just that front. Shit. Well, my brother may have a replacement drive shaft, so if there's a drive shaft I can swap out, that's probably the plan. But yeah, this thing's not drivable. Okay, well, that's diagnosed. Onto this probably. crazy.
No, they look like they're in good shape.
Cheap. Forgot about these. Turn them over. Alright, well I just got the last plugs in, but not the wires. Ooh, it's really storming. Son of a bitch. And paper towels are done for. I'll probably set it down until the rain dies down. Fucking A. It's wet out there. Figures, 99% of the way done. Oh, the trunk's open. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, to be continued after the rain. Alright, I think we're good to finish up here. So let's see. Alright, we're gonna see how it runs. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you guys could see the plumes of blue smoke on video, but from the oil that dripped down from those valve cover gaskets that go around the plug boots. Sounds good. We're gonna rewire the battery a little bit real quick so it's proper, and then put the stuff back together. Alright, might as well start it up. Alright, so mission success with this thing. We took it down the road. Doesn't seem to be bucking on hills as much anymore, anything like that. Runs nice and smooth. I tightened up his power steering belt just a tiny bit so it stopped squealing. Power steering and alternator belt, but I don't know how much of that I'm going to show. You know, pretty boring. I know there's some time-lapse stuff I filmed. But we did also do some investigation, and I checked the coolant just to see if it needed any. It took about 1/3 of a gallon, and there was definitely some copper floating in there. So somebody had put a head gasket fixer in this before, and it does show signs of a bad head gasket, such as the coolant slowly coming up. But then I think what's happening is when it warms up, it's sucking the coolant into the engine instead of blowing it out, which is actually what you want, because in that case it just burns coolant instead of overflowing the coolant tank and then overheating your car. You just got to keep up with coolant. So the better kind of failure, and the car is running fine, but you know, standard. And so I got 2 PSAs for you. The first thing is that it's just such a shame that the early EJ25 naturally aspirated engine gave Subaru so many problems with the head gaskets, because now people think all Subarus have head gasket problems when that's just not true. The EJ18, 22, the EJ20 Turbo, the EJ25 Turbo, and even the EJ257 Turbo don't have head gasket issues, and neither does the new FA20. None of those are really prone to it, no more than another average car. Especially the turbo engines actually have pretty reliable head gaskets on stock boost, and but people seem to think that it's a problem with all Subarus when it's not. EJ22s will go for 300,000 miles with pretty much no engine issues, especially the roller rocker cam versions like my EJ18. So I just wanted to put that out there because it's annoying that people have so much misinformation. That said, the EJ25 really prone to it. They put a weird coating on the head gaskets, and it does cause problems. I'll probably do a whole rant about this sometime, but just thought I'd say that real quick. But yeah, before that, Subaru had a legendary reputation for reliability. They still do, but the EJ25 kind of mars that record. My other quick PSA for you, I know a lot of my viewers probably haven't gotten a chance to do a lot of car work yet, some of you younger guys and stuff, but this goes for everybody because I see people who are 40 doing it. When you put in spark plugs, you tighten it until the gasket seats. That means until you can't like do it by hand anymore, you know, just with an extension, not like hand with a ratchet. So just tighten it until it seats, and then you usually go 1/2 to 2/3 of a turn after that with a ratchet. So you clock it. It only takes 1/2 to 2/3. All it's doing is compressing the little gasket on the top of the spark plug, and that's it. That's all you need for proper compression and sealing, and then you don't strip the threads in an aluminum head or make it a pain in the ass for somebody to get it out later. So PSA for all you, if you're changing plugs, you don't have to tighten it as hard as you can. Okay, you can use a torque wrench too, but it's really easy. Seat it, and then 1/2 a turn, and maybe a little bit more. That's what I did on this car. Other than that, they say you don't have to use Never Seas anymore, anti-seize, because the threads are coated. I still do, and always put dielectric grease on the ceramic part of the plug, not on the metal tip, but just the ceramic part, so that the boot seals it well, and put some on the boot as well, so it's sealed from the outside. And same thing if you have a coil pack, putting the grease on the coil pack boots. Of course, now later coil and plug just has a plug, but those need to be properly sealed too. So those are my 2 PSA for you guys, one about Subaru, one about spark plugs. Now you'll probably just get a time lapse of me doing some Subaru stuff to my car. I'm just swapping the wheels, airing the tires, oil and coolant. So I don't know how much of that you'll see, but I'll put some of that in there. All right, well, I had to eat a little and charge my camera. It's getting dark, but I got to swap the wheels first, so that's what's going on.
Bit by bit, creative imagination began with a new art form. Makes me feel I belong to something.
Alright, well, I'm not sure how much you could even see towards the end of that time lapse there. Maybe I cut it off, but it's running fine. Seems good. Only thing is the lifter tick is back a tiny bit, but that should go away after some high revs, so it just went away. But it's idling really high for some reason, even though it's warmed up. At any rate, I'm going to take you for a quick spin. I may have overfilled the power steering a tiny bit, but it should be fine. But yeah, I should be pretty much set to go to Wicked Big Meat with my shiny 14-inch wheels and big old rust spots. Didn't get the car looking as nice as I wanted, but that's okay. As long as it makes it there, that's really all I care about. Just starting my test drive, and I found this dude. He's pretty big, so I'm gonna move him so he doesn't become roadkill. At least follow him. So hey, come here, bud. Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Oh. Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you. Here he is. Oh, he's crawling out. Check him out, huh? Big old toad. Big old toad. Don't worry, buddy, we're friends. Don't worry. Hey. There you go. Oh man, he fell down. Anyway, he's fine. Hopped into the bushes. I took it for a quick whip, and the high idle didn't go away, which is weird. It's never really done that. Usually idle's extremely low, but I realized I forgot to air up the tires, so I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll say bye. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to show you these plugs. They're not crazy bad, but I did check the gap on them with a feeler gauge, and they're all between, I'd say, 0.050 inches and 0.054 inches. So I believe the Subaru spec is 0.040, so they were at least 0.01 to 0.014 inches off, which is pretty bad. Definitely explains the stumbling up the hill. That spark is going to be pretty weak. So when the engine's putting in a lot of fuel, you're going to get bucking in the powertrain. So there's that. And I'm going to rinse off those reels real quick so I can put them in here. Reels, wheels, whatever. Alright, well, I got those put away. I got my tools put away. Car's pretty much ready to go. Put the tools in there, some extra oil. The idle went back to normal as soon as I started it up again, and by normal I mean really low. Anyway, so that's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support as always. If you're going to Wicked Big Meat and you see me, make sure you say hello. If you're not going, watch my videos from Wicked Big Meat. Appreciate it, everybody, and I will see you soon. Later. Jeez, I almost forgot, like, the most important thing of all. Whew. Close one. Crisis averted. Ready to go.